Hello, Aries. I've already pre-shuffled the cards for you, so I can get right to your reading. Please hit like and subscribe. I appreciate the support. And if you have any comments, please let me know. I'd love to hear from you and see if you see something in the cards that I didn't. And sometimes I try to explain the cards to people as I take a look at them, so that we can so that if you see a variation on what I'm talking about, you can also kind of veer off. Because I noticed that when I would watch other readers, I would I would see the story they were telling, but I'd also see how the cards could also go in certain directions that were actually closer to my story. So sharing with you what's going on, it allows you to have a story that you can kind of go off in another direction from. And I'd love to hear if that happens for you. All right, so interesting. You're starting out here in this reading feeling like you're a bit in the dark about things with your person. Well, I guess that's kind of to be expected if you're here wanting to know what's happening. Sometimes people don't, there's a reason they're not showing you everything, and it's not always because they have something to hide, but sometimes they just don't want to get into something, or they're going through something and they kind of want to handle it on their own. So sometimes it's not such a bad thing, as long as it doesn't go on forever, right? It looks like you really want to start something real with this person, but you're not quite ready to do that, probably because of the circumstances. You're not exactly sure where you stand here. You're a Queen of Wands, so you probably are quite socially magnetic, and I think that you sense that your person isn't quite seeing all that you are, and that's why it's in the reverse. See, this is interesting because on one hand you have the darkness and here you have the light. So I do think that that's one of the reasons that I couldn't help but that caught my eye in the verticals when I was talking about the moon. It definitely created a picture for me that suggested that your person is definitely going to have there's going to be more light shed on what's going on with your person. I think you're a little tired of the fight, and I don't mean like that you two are necessarily fighting, but that you spend time thinking about how you're going to approach the situation, and it does get a little tiresome, especially if you've been in this energy for a while. But you are dealing with a soulmate. This is my favorite card. I don't know if I've done some videos with you guys that I talk about this, but this suggests that you knew each other either in a past life or you had a previous relationship. It could be that you were friends before and this is a new, you've gone into a different direction. But you see, like how when you're children, you connect so differently. There's this vulnerability and openness, which is kind of funny because I can see why this would be more frustrating to you if this is the kind of relationship you have with this person. It's almost like they're not there. Something is being hidden, and no wonder you feel very frustrated. You are also a King of Swords. You generally are pretty much okay keeping your own counsel, and you definitely approach things from a very logical manner. So maybe because of that part of you, that's how you're going to bring this out. So it's going to probably be through discussion communication and logic that you'll be able to get to this better place with your person, right? You're afraid that your person will well, I don't think that this is necessarily representing them walking away from love, but or your relationship, but that they're having to take a journey that may not have anything to do with you. And I think that's what you're afraid, you're being left out. And sometimes people have to do those things on their own. It's just, yeah. But it does have to do with divine timing. So I suppose you'll know when it's time to have that communication. And look, your overall energy, you see your person having all these choices. So you feel like they might be a little bit confused about what path or how they want to go about dealing with the things in their life. And it's like they have you under this cover here and they're not really dealing with it right now. Okay, so I'm going to move this over. Oops. I should, you know what? If I change the top here, I should use a different tack it down a little bit better. All right, so anyways, I have another deck that's already been pre-shuffled. I'll just cut it again real quick, and so that I can keep the other spread. That's some strong cards there. Okay. Wow. Yeah. I'll just put the overall energy on the other side this time. Okay. All right. Your person sees you as somebody who is able to be stable on their own. So at the same time that you are looking at your person as having all these confusing situations to deal with, your person trusts that you can handle being your own fourth pillar here for your own stability. That's interesting. Okay, your person is also a Queen of Wands, so you're kind of mirroring each other in that sense, right? And they see you as an Empress, so they definitely see the potential of having an amazing, fertile relationship with you, maybe even children. But that's really, you would know if that was the type of direction you wanted to take that. You're afraid, or they are actually, they're afraid of something because they see having the world with you, but there's something standing in the way. So, but see, there's nothing standing in the way with them seeing you this way. Well, let's take a look a little bit more and see if we can look at the verticals too and see how that ties into it. They see that you are, holding the fort here. They definitely know that you're not ready to just walk away from this. You're definitely defending this relationship, and that they know that it's important to you. And they are a Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. This queen is very giving with their resources. So perhaps your person is somebody who generally likes to give, to show their affection, their love. So it's possible that your person, even though they're keeping you a little in the dark, they still might show you ways that they care through gift giving of some type. It could be taking you out to dinner or whatever, but and then not really, sharing everything, but they like to treat you to something. They see you as also as they see you as kind of a high priestess. But before we talk about why the high priestess is in the reverse, let's go over this a bit. They see you as being grounded, having one foot in the real world, but also having an ability to see things on a more higher level. You see the big picture, you see, or spiritually, that sort of thing. But I think that well, let's see, the world is upside down. They can't have. I want to get back to this. This row is getting more complex, and I like it because usually that means there's something really interesting. So we'll figure this out. Okay. Your person is also a Knight of Swords, so they like intellectual challenges, which is good because I remember I mentioned that you were going to probably reach this person through communication, but divine timing was at play. And it looks like they like to keep things in a more social setting as opposed to one-on-one right now, probably because of what they seem to be going through. They are, however, quite certain that they have no ability to walk away from this. I mean, they're damned if they do, damned if they don't kind of situation, because they have to see this through because they know that they're that drawn to you. So it's not even a matter of, whether or not they've got all these different options. It's more like they're just so drawn to you that regardless of the situation, they have to see it through. And oh, wow, you know what? I like to believe that these things happen on purpose. So I'm going to say that there's another card here for us to look at. This might also be a clarification for what's going on here. Your person sees you as very good at weighing your priorities. And, oh, you know what? It's starting to make a little more sense here. So, the overall energy that they have about you being your own fourth pillar, your own stability. I think that, how you sense they're leaving you in the dark about something. They know that you're capable of being the kind of person that has their priorities straight and will go ahead and defocus the relationship on that level. And because you tend to be grounded, so they know that you have that potential for being able to set it aside and when I say just do you for a little while. And that, I think that's why they know that they could have the world with you. And I think that that could also be something that they want to see in you in order to know that they feel comfortable, being their own person within relationship. Of course, if this is about deception, then it can't go on unless it's a temporary situation where they're just wanting to keep their own counsel for a little while. I mean, you are the kind of person who likes to keep your own counsel too, so that could be a really good you could match each other in that sense. Well, let's see what the romance angels have to say. Honeymoon. Ooh, okay. So it looks like that when, I guess, sort of like, I kind of felt like it was like a reward if you're patient and you allow things to happen in divine timing, right? Divine timing. Then you're going to have some special time together. And you're going to have the heart-to-heart conversations, just like we were talking about, right? So let's just put that over. That was just an extra card anyways for clarification. And Yeah, letting go of control issues. But we talked about this, you know, letting these things happen in divine timing, right? Allow it to unfold naturally. All right. Well, that is your reading, Aries. I hope you have a good week, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.